friends, today I'm going to take you to a house that a famous person used to live in, a lady, and the house was sold and famous people own it now, and they've actually turned it into first let me back up and say it's the largest log cabin in the world. They sold it very cheap at the time because they needed to just get out from under it. I actually went to a yard sale there, which I'll talk about. And but it's a huge place. That they have an amphitheater there now, and restaurants and different things. They have zip lines and things that you can do, and even places that you could stay there. It's a very cool place. So stay tuned, friends. We're going to go take a look. Fontanel is what it's called, which is the soft spot on the top of a baby's head. That's what she named it, Fontanel. Stay tuned, friends. This place coming up on my left is Fontanel. Fontanel was Barbara Mandrell's house until they sold it, and that is the entrance to Fontanel, and it was her house until they sold it. And I actually went to a yard sale at this house, believe it or not. Way back in the day, I can't remember what year it was, but I went to a yard sale here and bought a kit that you use for remote control airplanes. It was the little servos and the controller and all that. And I've always told the story that I started to buy a pair of shoes that belonged to Barbara's husband. I don't recall his name, but they actually were very rich before this, and he even has a helicopter pad in front of this house where he flew a Bell helicopter, and it parked right in front of the house. And they had his shoes there, and I always thought, and this is a silly story, but I always thought that I'd buy a pair of his shoes and wear them, and then one day, if I ever ran into him, I go, man, what happened? You know, y'all were really rich, and then you lost the house. I mean, they had to sell this house for a fraction of what it was valued at, if I recall right. And you lost the house and lost all this stuff. And he said, well, you never walked a mile in my shoes, Sue. You don't really know what you're talking about. And I have to go, actually, I have walked a mile in your shoes. Got them from the yard sale. Pump. Now they have an amphitheater out here. And so this place has become a very iconic place for Nashville. They actually have giant, in that amphitheater, they'll have great big concerts and stuff. And you can see I'm under the cover for Fontanel, and there's a gate. That gate used to open and close electrically. And you can see that they've got all this stuff. And these are places that you could stay out here. They have restaurants over there. They've got all kinds of stuff. And you can go tour the house. Very similar to Biltmore House, just a different feel. This is a little more modern, but it's actually the largest, if I remember right, it's the largest log cabin in the world. It's something like 36 to 37,000 square feet. And I have worked on the hot tub here many times. And you'll see this house featured on a lot of CMT stuff with John Rich and I think it's Po' Boy Records. It used to say Fontanel Mansion on the top, if I remember right. It actually said that at one time, and it's gone now. So they may have sold it. I'm not really sure who owns it now, but interesting place. They have wine tasting out here. They have they'll have live music. It's just a kind of a hidden gem out here, and they'll have live concerts too. So it's a cool place to come. And I'm going to fly over it with the Glory. We're going to send the Glory up. The house is way back there. You can't see it from here. A really long driveway. So we're going to send the Glory up and go look at it. Stay tuned, friends. And Earlene, Barbara's sister, used to live in that log cabin right there that says Pritchard's Distillery. She used to live in that.